Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. I have something minor in my eye. It's annoying, but not so annoying that I'm going to stop and try to take care of it. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, welcome to a brand new day filled with hope and promise and you know, all that fun stuff. On the Shelton, Washington Daily Weather Report, Plague Rat Report, and Spider Report. It was raining again last night. I went walkies. When I got back, I had to go to bed early because I inflamed the nerves of my back and legs, so thumbs up. But before that, it started to rain. About 90% of the smoke was gone yesterday because of the raining. I think it's probably going to be, like, if not completely clear, at least 90 some odd percent clear. So thumbs up on that. It's good to be able to go outside and breathe, and I gotta make sure I'm centered. Thumbs up on that. Plague Rat Report. We all know Plague Rat Report. Plague Rat Reports. We all know plague rats. You've seen them out there. You see them on videos or TV. You see them in real life. Joy. All you can do is all you can do, though. Wearing a mask, yes, it only gives you about 5 to 15% protection, but it gives 70% protection to everybody else should you happen to be infected with something. So, yeah, unless you got an N95 medical mask or such like that, it's for everybody else's sake when you wear it. Thumbs up for that. And of course, Spider Report. No spiders that I can see down in the bathroom. The 3 garden spiders, one up above my window, one in the window, and one off to the side. They're still all doing well. Definitely a thumbs up. That egg sac it has to be dead. There was a little bit of fuzziness, maybe 10 eggs had hatched, but nothing really came out, and they didn't go out and do anything, and they didn't hatch, it didn't work, they died. It's sad. It makes me sad. But life is life. There's still some baby spiders over there, and I occasionally walk through spider webs and stuff. Talking about that, I went out to take some garbage outside today. Oh joy. Now, I've mentioned before how not spider webs, but things, when they're outside and they bounce off my body, tend to go like in my eyes. You know, I won't feel a bug bounce off my face anywhere. It'll bounce off my eyelids or my eyes. Well, I walked out to take some trash out this morning, and I walked across a bit of spider web across. One spider web in the air went between my eyelids and lay across both of my eyes. So I could feel it go thuff. And then as my eyes moved, I could feel them moving underneath the line of spider web that lay across them. So I had to stop, reach up, pull it off like that. I mean, what are the odds? Everything goes into my bloody eyes when I go outside. What are the odds that a spider is going to make one line that goes right across perfectly into my eyes and not some other spot? So thumbs up. It didn't hurt, it was just a weird feeling. And then I just pulled it off and everything was fine, but joy. There are a fair amount of things I wanted to talk about. I have a whole bunch of stuff, and some of it is silly and I won't talk about just because I look at it and just go, and some of it I'm going to. But yesterday, I did get a box of cat food from Amazon. Unfortunately, Amazon is really weird the way they do things, and I understand they're in such a rush. I mean, I got 2 boxes of cat food before, one from Russian Timing, one from somebody else. In the box of cat food from Russian Timing was about 4 or 5 thank you notes. Inside of the other box was 1, and it was hidden underneath the cardboard flap. So I was trying to figure out who sent the other one, and the other package had like notes flying everywhere. So I get this box of cat food yesterday. There's no note or anything inside. I don't know who sent it. Thank you so very, very much. I mean, this was sent before I started going, oh my God, I have no money for cat food. Thank you. If Amelia had a human brain and could thank you, she would. It was wonderful and perfect. So awesome. Greatly appreciated. Now, for me, I'm not doing so well on food. I got about 2 weeks until I get my disability, and I think I've got like 4 cans of something, and so I got $20 to buy food and sodas for the next 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be pretty bloody hungry. Still, I can afford to lose some weight, so I'm going to be hopefully losing a little weight. Just wish it wasn't because I didn't have, enough money to buy food. Life is life. Excuse me. Yeah, everything is just written down here in a really weird list, but this story I'm going to tell has a sad ending. And I wish I had had the thought to slow down and think first. Because it ended in a spider death. And if I had been thinking and given myself a chance, I would have saved it. Because I've had spiders dangle and saved them, but this time, you see, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima right here, faced over at my other monitor that I've got the camera up there on. This is my PS4 monitor. That's my Logitech monitor. And I was leaning forward and playing, and then I leaned back a bit to do something, probably my back, and then the spider went right in front of my eyes, right where my head would have been. So for a moment, I freaked out about that. I have the primitive human fear of creepy crawlies. I've been startled so much I have jumped when I have looked down and a moth has moved on my chest because it's an unexpected creepy crawly. I have freaked out momentarily when I've had other things that are crawling on me because in our past history, those of our ancestors that didn't freak out when there was something on them like that died from being bitten by something poisonous. So we still have that because it's useful, but it's not useful when we don't have like actual threats. And so I had that atavistic fear of the creepy crawly that just missed coming down on my head. Now, I didn't give myself a chance to think before I reacted, and I got some tissue and spider was gone. Had I been able to stop and think, I would have gotten like this from the side, snagged the web, gotten to the window, moved her over there. I feel bad that I did not do that. Especially since I've mentioned this before, and I'm sure that I'll mention it again. Spiders have, orb weavers have excellent vision. And they are excellent engineers. They have excellent ways of triangulating. And from up there, when they are up there looking down here, my chair / my head with the monitors and the ceiling is a perfect triangulation point to put an orb. It is a perfect place to put an orb. And so, yeah, she wasn't coming down to do anything horrific. She was just going to come down, put an anchor point on my head, crawl back up, and then work on putting an anchor point over there, and then spin an orb. And so I feel bad that I took her life. I mean, I'm starting to come to differing views on the lives of insects. I mean, I used to view them as a little more than just specks of protein with not much there. But we're studying brains and emotions of insects, and they learn. There's cognition ability. And where you have cognitive ability, you likely have that tiny, tiny spark of I. And so I feel bad. I don't like killing things. So I wish I had done that differently, but life is life. And then, of course, when I also wrote down, it's like you have to fight and not give in. Because I was out walking the other day, probably a couple weeks back, and We have a cannabis store within like a mile of my home, mile and a half, something like that. So I have to walk when I go to the cannabis store, and people go there. It's a store, and it's in a fairly residential area that's got some, what is it? It's not industry, commerce, rated for commerce, and zoned for commerce. And so there's a shop there. I was on my way just for regular walkies, and somebody who had bought a joint, a pre-roll, out of a tube, had opened it, thrown the tube onto the ground, and it had gotten smashed, and there were plastic pieces everywhere. Our planet doesn't need any more plastic on it, and so I just felt absolute despair. It's like, we can't win. How could you even fight this? For every conscientious person that tries, there is at least one other person that doesn't, and is just throwing stuff everywhere to the detriment of the planet. And so I momentarily felt just absolute despair. It's like, why even try? We can't win, why try? But it wasn't long after that before I realized in my head that that's just, if you just give up, if you just quit, you're just laying down to die. You have to fight. Even if symbolic fighting, even if only in your head, you have to fight. You have to do what you can, because giving in to despair, laying down to die, doesn't help anyone or yourself. So, yeah, you have to fight, even if symbolically, even if only in your head. So don't quit, don't give up. That's also another thing that ties into more than just that. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg perished, I just felt this feeling of, oh my God. But you have to fight. You can't just quit. So thumbs up on that. And speaking of that, it has to do as well with combat in various types of game, which leans into, I have not played the game Outward in about a week now, and I love that game. The problem is there is such a huge focus in different forms of combat in different types of games, and I am such that I can't rapidly switch modes of thought like that. I was and will play again the game Bloodborne. There's also a Souls-like game called Nioh. Once again, it's like Japanese culture and stuff. I could only play one of those at a time, because the combat in Bloodborne, the people that made the game looked at how the combat in the other Dark Souls games went and said, we don't like the way how slow-paced it is. We don't like people hiding behind shields. So it rewards you getting in there, fast, hard. One of the bad guys hits you, you need to get in its face in retaliation and smack it back hard, because that will regain you some of your health back. So you need to get in there fast and hard. But in a game like Nioh, that doesn't work. You rush in fast and hard and your corpse is just going to be rotting in a ditch. You need to be slower, much more slow paced. Think about it. Block, parry, stay back out of range, watch them and learn. But if you do that in Bloodborne, you're going to die. That's it, you're doomed. You need to get in there. And in Nioh, that will get you slaughtered. So trying to play the two of them at the same time did not work, because I was fighting my own muscle memory. Same thing with like Ghosts of Tsushima and Outward. Outward, the combat is okay. It's not special or wonderful, but it's you dodge and the other things really, if you watch, you're good. You don't do a lot of running or you're going to be out of stamina. You don't do a lot of blocking or you're going to run out of stamina. You don't do a lot of parrying or you're going to run out of stamina. And when you run out of stamina, you move slow while the others are getting prepared to smack you around. And that's completely different from the combat of Ghosts of Tsushima. Which, so speaking, I have to see if I can reload from another spot, because I'm locked into a boss fight right now in the game Ghost of Tsushima, where I'm not tough enough and have the skills enough to beat the boss, but the boss kills me, reloads the screen, and then the bad guy's rushing at me again. So I'm locked into a die, 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 die mode right now, and I've got to see if I can reload the last checkpoint, because otherwise I'm going to have to start again, and usually it takes me a few years between planes. So I can't afford to do that, or it's going to be a long time before I can get back into it. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, we're just not good at that. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm sometimes amazed I can remember anything at all, especially with my insomnia and cannabis use. We have Roland Conka. Thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Say Chow Boy. Is that Vietnamese? Because I've seen like good morning, which is when you said how to pronounce that, the way I can say good morning, Cowboy Shang, is to literally pronounce it Cowboy Shang. So thumbs up. Then we have Chode, thank you very much. Diana Woods, greatly appreciated. Denial, thumbs up. Confused Owl 29, greatly appreciated. Wajahat Siddiqui, I'm nowhere close, and it doesn't matter because they didn't like my video anyway. Our Chile Perez, I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Pulse Halo, thumbs up. We have Soundmaster Blink, appreciated. Then there is Peyton Ames, thumbs up. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. We have Chris No, I already thanked you. I mean, I'm still thanking you, but in this one I need a different name, like Rock On. Rock On. And Todd Parker, thumbs up. Some guy named Jamie, always good to hear from you. Carlos Robb, thumbs up. And then we have AYY Lamau, thumbs up. Captain Starks, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Matilda Ano, thumbs up. Colin Reisenauer, good to see you. Chivy Bear, thumbs up. We have C apostrophe S boring C she and then T. That's really hard to pronounce there. And that was it. 24 comments. Thank you all so very much. You get me out of my head into the world dealing with real people, and that is greatly appreciated. My upper lip really itches. My apologies. If you could check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. I need to fix my GoFundMe, but I'm not sure how to do that because I don't have a cell. So if I need to have two-part texting stuff, I'm doomed. But if you could check out those links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe. I already said all this stuff, didn't I? If you could donate to, well, let's skip on the GoFundMe. But if you could donate, if you could become a Patreon.com Patreon like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money to that place, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could use that instead of the GoFundMe right now, that would be awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, that Amazon wish list link still has cat food, hamster bedding, hamster food. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, including the voice break. And of course, hopefully I put the subscribe to the channel thing at the front. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I've got this video. I have another video I have to record and then edit and render. Hopefully it won't be demonetized. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. And thank you once again for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. And please, wear a mask. You're supposed to care about other people. It's a good plan. Practice your social distancing. Take care of yourself, please. Practice your self-care. These are hard times. They're bad on everybody. Please take care of yourself. And of course, Black Lives Matter, damn it. And justice for everyone, that the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs continue brutalizing and murdering, yeah, murdering, not murdering, murdering on American streets.